Thank you very much for joining us here today.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. So, hello everyone. My name is Davor Anicic. So I'm CEO and co-founder of Velebit AI. We are a small AI consultancy company from Croatia. We are 4 co-founders, all oriented to the AI. And what we do consultancy, custom R&D work based on AI, images and text modeling, fast prototyping, and what makes us, I would say, quite unique is that we are more than 8 years in the online classifieds sector or industry. So a lot of general classifieds, but also some other companies from other spaces. What we have done a long time ago, back in 2016, it was quite a breakthrough. We did the first visual similarity recommender implemented on willhaben in Austria that still works and operates for them today. And at that time, it was the first such application of neural networks in the world. The idea is you want to find things that are hard to find, hard to describe, and the neural network can give you results in 50 milliseconds from a million visually similar images. Great thing for furniture, for fashion, for antique objects and stuff. And it's always the question, how much this helps the whole ecosystem. It does. So real A/B testing from willhaben showed that it's almost 3 times more responses per visit, which is the word for matchmaking between buyers and sellers. In the long run, it changes the whole ecosystem to be more, I would say, easier for customers to use. But I want to deliver on my promise of this presentation, so I will go to the things that can be applied to the real estate marketplaces for some more simple things, to more newly AI, so technically more complex things that are still appearing on the horizon. So AI-based recommendation engines are now, I would say, quite common things. You can do them based on visuality, as you saw the one I presented a few slides before. So you can take a text, you have to understand text, and then also you do need some additional important features. In real estate, it's usually geographical location, price range, or such things, and then you're actually presenting the customer the next best thing he should watch based on what he's now seeing. Or you can take it on another way and go to the user-to-user similarity and say, users like you also liked this, and then show that. The other more advanced thing, although the promise was a long time ago, back in 2017, is cognitive searching. It's the way of loosely searching, or like you would talk to your real estate agent. And that's the natural thing that will happen eventually. It's still being developed, because the filtering things and long filter lists are they're not natural to humans. I'm sure in the long run with AI development, this new way of searching will appear. And then, again, from some more basic stuff like understanding image and text, we'll go to more complex things, but here I wanted to show you just that images are understood by the AI. It's an intelligence, but it's a very narrow one. So you have to really train the model for what you need. It's a completely different thing in a fashion or in a real estate. And when you extract these important features, as we call it in our world, then you need to organize them in usually some hierarchical way, and you want to present them to the users. And then from that, you go to some more AI. Once you have this, you have more AI possibilities to actually use AI. Ones are even not on your site. So automatic translations now done by the browsers are actually very useful for all the classifieds in the world. But you don't even care about it. And that's an AI doing the business for you. On the other hand, there's voice-to-text also done by AI. And then this text is, again, used for several things by AI. And then there are chatbots, conversational AI, so mimicking how people would talk one to another or text one to another. And then, of course, back to the images, you have to check the compliance things. Are the watermarks there, phone numbers, faces, and AI can do it very efficiently and very fast for you. And there are some more advanced things. You can talk to vendors even here that give you the condition of the property based on images. One project, very interesting project that we did for an American client was within the Metaport. You, I think, probably know about them. So it's a platform that gives you from 360 images. They actually create 3D 3D spaces. And in this space, the task was to count for facility management purposes, chairs, fire extinguishers, and such things. And this is for an AI still R&D. It's not a common task, but it can be done on a technology level. So imagine you have more than 1,000 stores, you want to know what's in them, or you have more than 1,000 property for renting, and you can do it this way. And then, okay, from some more simple things like deduplicating the ads. It is a simple thing. It's been done 6, 7 years ago, but even nowadays, a lot of portals still don't have it implemented. And I really encourage people to use AI for such very, I would say, natural things that AI can do very, very, very easily. And then to more advanced things like generative AI, and maybe you heard some of these buzzwords like GPT-3, DALL-E, OpenAI, Stable Diffusion, maybe not, but maybe you have seen this image. So this is, you just try to prompt Michelangelo's sculpture of David wearing headphones, and neural network creates this out of the blue. So these neural networks, these are massive softwares that have been trained on billions of data, maybe $100 million US being spent, and they are all actually available. It's an open source world in the AI, and then you can get these really interesting results like sunlight kissing leaves gave birth to the trees. And this is what neural network gives you as a result. Or you can go on more, I would say, artistic way of thinking, and this is what neural network actually gives you from this prompt, with some style addition. And then you ask yourself, where is it going? Maybe one day AI will be conscious, and then you ask it, what do you see about that? And then this is the result. Still, it's far away. And on the other hand, there are a lot of models being developed very fast, and the thing is accelerating. So we will see where it happens to be in several years. So let me show you one more interesting example. DALL-E just introduced some months ago outpainting. So you have the original painting, and then you just write what you want to add to it. And slowly, you get a completely new image. But it's in a style of original image. And the network understands what style, what objects could be applied to this image that it looks like from that epoch. And then on the real estate world, this is the actual result of this prompt for this stable diffusion model. So you can describe the image of a kitchen you want, and you will get, I would say, very convincing image of a kitchen. So it's easy to create images nowadays with these models. Two more examples of the same, maybe a little not so impressive, but still very impressive results. Or you want to play with existing image, and you want to, so you can. I put links for all the images. You have the presentation. You can actually inspect who did it, how did it, and you can actually see this technology in more details if you're interested. So you can play with the materials, lighting. So from the original image, it's editing this image is becoming easier and easier. And one of the biggest players behind the whole AI world in the last 10 years is actually NVIDIA. Most of you know it from the hardware world, but it's actually a software producer and an ecosystem producer. And one of their key speeches from this year is actually digital twins and physical world being almost the same and being used for robotic vision purpose, being trained in a digital world to be then later used in a real world. So this is how you train the robots of the future. And then NVIDIA is also strong in gaming, and I say that these games nowadays look like a real estate. I mean, you would love to live there. So yes, you can apply the same technology in the architecture. You have a great house, and then you just want to add a tree behind it, and it's as easy as just clicking a mouse. So in the long run, how to implement and what actually can be done, a lot of things can be done, but I think it's mostly small upgrades, small add-ons to your UX, to your functionalities, and you should approach it that way. And then there are some giant things coming. We'll see about this generative AI, but start from the small things. And then you definitely need inside your company somebody who understands the AI technology. You can't do it just by not really understanding how it can be applied on your business. So you need preferably someone in the middle management or top management who is specialist in this area, and then you either build your own team, you go to the consultancy outlets like us, or you go to the full-blown service providers that include a lot of AI, and you slowly build your ecosystem in this system, in this way. So it's nowadays very easy to do a lot of things. So text, images, and videos creation and editing is commoditized. So you can make fake Joe Rogan interview with fake Steve Jobs if you want, or you can make really great eye-catching real estate photo from the original that's not so eye-catching. Or you can let AI continue playing the song and you just gave it a snippet. So the things are accelerating and it's very, very fun to live in this world. And if you don't go to it, it will come to you anyway. So you will all live into this AI world very soon. So where is it in my feeling, if you compare it to the automotive industry from its beginnings to the hypercars of today's, I really have a feeling we are now in this scaling moment of Henry Ford making things scalable, cheaper to produce, and then the mass adoption started. So this is where AI is today, as I believe. So the 5 biggest trends in the AI in 2023, democratization of AI, so that's what I said. It's easier and easier to host AI models. There are websites that have several tens of thousands of models already pre-trained and hosted, and you can use them quite easily, quite fast. Or it's becoming a low-code area, but you'll always need really good people that understand how to implement. On the other hand, you see this generative AI that appeared this year. So whatever I showed now wasn't possible last year, so it's unbelievable how fast things happen. And then in the long run, I do see us all working alongside AI, so doing some kind of augmented working. And the best example I found of that, and really the most impressive one, is actually the cover page of Nature, December last year, where an AI actually guided an intuition of mathematicians to solve 50-year-old mathematical problem. And that's really impressive in my way. And all these mathematicians after that said, we will never work without this again. This is so great and gives us so much insights. So in my opinion, yes, collaborative working alongside AI is our future for all of us. Thank you.
Question, please. Thank you for that. I mean, the nerd inside me loves this stuff, right? And I think it's so important that we think about how we can apply this sort of technology to our everyday businesses, because no matter what we're doing, it can enhance the experience and can help us drive towards a better monetization model. A couple of questions come up. As a property portal, how does AI effectively replace taking of photographs and shooting of videos of properties for marketing purposes?
I wouldn't say replace, I would say enhance. It's, as I said, easier way to edit, maybe to generate, but I mean, you still need the real world. You want to have the real world at the end for a customer. So it will help doing things. So a lot of companies also in this area are really doing a lot of great stuff. Yeah, so yeah, you can go around and find easily.
Who would you recommend to look
for
at?
instance, Miro as a company, and they're classified for photographers. Yeah. Marketplace. So actually, a lot of it is real estate as well.
Okay. Do you have AI models aimed at identifying duplicate listings?
I mean, these need to be custom developed. You can use some things that are off the shelf. So that's what we do. We always custom develop things. So yes, we don't have ready-made, but we can do it for you. Because then it's the best result. Yeah.
Are there any ethical implications for portals using AI to boost or edit live listings, or scammers using AI to dupe?
Absolutely.
buyers.
But that's the world that's coming. You can't avoid it. So you have to have in mind that, yeah, it will enable some new ways of scamming. It's always on the marketplace. You have to provide a secure environment for your buyers and for the sellers in a way, but it's usually the buyers. And yes, it's up to you to, follow the technology and keep up to actually keep it safe. Yeah.
Not a question, but a plug. Okay, what's this? Any portals who want to... Oh, okay, well, take that. What are the examples of marketplaces applying AI in a way that you consider best practice? And it can not just be in the real estate space, but in the jobs, or the car, maybe not jobs, but in the car space, or general classifieds. Who have you seen do a really good job?
It's a hard question. So I would say the big guys do it. You don't usually see it. I know the eBay does a lot of things in the background. You don't see it, but you just use it. In the real estate, I can't remember now exactly, but I would say anyone where you see your UX is like fluent, you're just doing things and it goes well, probably there's an AI behind that.
Okay. And it would seem to me that the top 2 or 3 uses of AI at the moment would be photo enhancement. So, just taking a not great photograph, or the house doesn't look the best, and enhancing it. I think the second may be around looking at pictures and extracting data. So for better than SEO and better searching tools, that would be sort of probably the 2 bigger.
Definitely. So in the long run, you're creating what we call feature extraction from images, from text, from users' data. You're creating some kind of multi-dimensional space, and there AI gives its value and gives you either best recommendations, either helps user to post in the right category, does a lot of things. So in the long run, everything goes in these vectors, multi-dimensional vectors, and then this gives you the results, and your user just use it. That's how things go.
Davor, thank you very much. I love what this stuff is, and it's going to change our lives in so many ways. We just don't know it's going to happen to us. That's the scary bit. Okay.
It's a little scary, but it's the future, so we have to embrace it.
Embrace.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Davor.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff. Yeah. Do you have the... Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to...